Hello, good morning. I'm just getting sorted with a nice Slurpee. So I thought I'd make a very quick video just to give you an update on my my hernia. Finally, I've heard back, finally. Seems to have been going on, I think it's been going on for a year, something like that. So anyway, I'm going to have a swig of my Slurpee because I'm a little bit dry, and then we're going to go outside and play BALL. Cheers. So, hello, what you doing? There you go. My microphone was in shot, it still is slightly, but hey, who cares? So, I need my glasses because I'll read it and then I can get it right for you really. So, it's not the news I wanted, it's not great news, but it is news. You know, and it is what it is, so we just have to accept it and move on. So this hernia, I've had a couple of people look at it, including a specialist. That was the last thing I had was a scan. The specialist said, I can operate, he said, but what I need is a CT scan, a more up-to-date CT scan, so we know what we're dealing with. And I said, what do you reckon about the surgery? And he said, well, hopefully it's going to be in and out, simple as that, you know. They tried to do it laparoscopically, first of all, which is the 3 holes going in. And then if they can't do that, then they've got to open me up. So he said, it all depends what we find with the scans. He said, but he said, by the seams of it, it's going to be fairly regular. Well, it's not. So I go and have the scans, don't hear anything for ages and ages and ages. I then had to contact my doctor to get the phone number of the secretary of this guy, because you never speak to the person. And I phoned her, I said, what's going on? You know, I haven't heard for ages. And she said, well, there is quite a waiting list. I said, I'm sure there is, but I've been waiting a year. And she said, oh, okay, well, in that case, I'll get him to write to you as soon as possible. Anyway, so he has written to me. So what it says is there are multiple areas of herniation, which will require, this is the bad bit, but very complex surgery. I will also need, at the same time, abdominal wall reconstruction. I've been told to lose weight. Apparently they always tell you, even if you're 9 stone, you've got to lose weight. But I am a bit fat, so I need to lose weight. So that's happening now. So, yeah, I have to lose weight. The recovery, they reckon it's quite a long recovery. By the seams of it, they're going to have to open me fully and then use quite a lot of mesh. I think they use a complete one piece of mesh and then sew you up and then do whatever reconstruction surgery. But yeah, it's very complex surgery, so it's not great news, but do you know what? It is what it is. I can't be bothered to worry about it really. I would at the time. Oh my God, yeah, I'm all brave now. You wait till you see me at the time. The way I look at it is, I got over cancer, I can get over anything, most things now. And this isn't something that I want. It's not something I want to do. I want to just forget it and I want it to just go away. However, if we live in the real world, then we realise how stupid we're being. So it's got to happen. The reason why it's got to happen, it is painful, and it never was painful, I'll be honest, in the early days. And then I used to get a bit of an ache in there, and now it's painful. I wouldn't say most days. Well, I probably would. It's at least half the week that I get pain, at least. So that's why I went in eventually. Well, I went in at the beginning and they said, oh, no worries, you'll be fine, you're good to go. And clearly I'm not, but whatever. So time scale, I said to him, when is this likely to happen? He said, at some stage. And I said, well, that's as clear as mud. And he said, it's as clear as we're going to be because we're England. You know, we're the national health. This is the situation that we've got now. We've got so many people living over here that perhaps shouldn't be living over here. In other words, people that rock up on our shores, which I'm not a fan of because it cost us all so much more money. You know, the impact is massive. You're waiting to see a doctor, you're waiting for surgery, you're waiting for this, you're waiting for that. You can't get, I don't know, whatever, child into school. You can't do this, you can't do that. And it's because of illegal people taking place, you know, taking your place, basically. So, but, you know, whatever, we don't really want to get into that too much because we're all aware of that. But it's a shame that there can't be a date. You know, there will be a date eventually, but it's just kind of up in the air at the moment at some stage. So, you know, yeah. So that is the situation. As I say, I'm not overly worried about it at the moment, although that'll change. But one thing I've learned since cancer, well, probably all my life really, I've been a bit like this, but particularly since the cancer, I've learned just to be honest, totally open and honest. And I think the thing that happened was the panic disorder. Having all those panic attacks and, you know, a huge increase, massive increase in my anxiety. I've learned just to be honest and just to say to people, look, this is the situation. This is how I feel. This is what I need. This is what I want. This is what to get through this so that I can cope, so that we can move on. This has to take place. And I'm just honest. And I've got no problem being honest whatsoever. I got a fatty lump up on here, and I went for what do they call it? I always forget the word. When somebody's pregnant, they put this gel on and they put this ultrasound, you got it, ultrasound scan on that. And I had to wait in the waiting room. I was only 5-10 minutes in the waiting room, so that wasn't bad. That was at the time where they required everybody to wear a mask. Well, I don't and can't wear masks. So, you know, you get snotty comments or looks or whatever, but I'm not bothered about that either. So anyway, they called my name and I just went to step into the room. And as I did, I could feel this heat, you know, and I looked and I said, I can't come in here. I said, you haven't even got a window. I said, I need some fresh air. I need it cool. And she said, that's right. She said, we can turn the, whatever, too bloody tired to think. Turn the air conditioning to number 3. She said, you'll feel that instantly. So anyway, she click like that, and I stepped in and I could feel it, and it was lovely. She said, can you feel that? And I said, not really. I could, but I said, no, not really. And she said, well, you will in a sec. She said, it does get lovely and cool, this room. And she said, are you feeling hot? And I said, look, I've got panic disorder and I don't cope. And particularly when it's hot, I can feel the panic coming up. So I always say, can you open a window or whatever? She said, well, there is no window, but you'll feel this. So she said, anyway, we'll probably be 5 minutes. That's all. And I said, okay. And she said, whip your T-shirt off. Let's see what we're dealing with. Squirt of the old stuff. She went like that, and she said, I can tell you straight away, it's not cancerous. There is no tumour there. There is nothing to worry about. It's just a fatty lump. That's it. She said, and that's 100%. We don't operate. It's called cosmetic surgery. If you want to got rid of, you'd have to pay and go privately, which is about £1,000, by the way, because I have looked. And that was it, you know, but it was lovely and cool in there. And I said, thank you for doing that. And she said, no problem. She said, I'm glad you asked, because if not, you sitting here feeling awkward and uncomfortable and we don't know about it. So lesson learned, if you do feel awkward or uncomfortable, or if there's anything that you require, say. You know, if you can't sit down on a low chair, say to them, I can't sit on a low chair. Don't sit down then struggle to get back up. Say, I can't sit down. If you, I don't know, whatever, say, just be honest. When I go for any scan, I always say, can you hear me when you're in that room? They say, yeah. And I say, and can I hear you? And they say, yeah. And I say, right, can you make sure every minute or two you just check in with me? And they say, we will do. And I say, right, I'll speak to you in a sec. And then they go. And I say, hello, like that. And we know what's happened. They haven't bloody turned the thing on, but hello. And sometimes they say, yeah, we're here. Are you okay? And I say, I'm absolutely fine, thank you. As long as I can hear your voice, I'm fine. I lay there with my eyes shut. I can't cope with seeing the bloody thing over me, so I have to shut my eyes. They know the score because I tell them. And people, they don't bend over backwards, but it makes their job easier. And I find that with everybody and anything. Be open, be honest, tell people what you need. It's not being insolent, it's not being rude, you're not being, they like it. People do like it. A dog likes rules, don't they? A dog understands not to do this and not to do that. And a dog likes that. And a dog likes to eat at roughly the same time and play a game of this and do that and do this. A dog likes that. And do you know what? Humans, to a degree, we like, it's not even conformity, but we like a set procedure and a set way of doing things. And especially if and when we struggle. So if you can't read very well, ask your doctor, your dentist, your hospital, whatever, to send it in Braille, if you can understand that, to send it in. They do these huge letters now. Huge. You get a letter, your appointment, blah, blah, blah. You can get that on 4 pages if you really can't read very well. Tell them, say I can't see, whatever it may be, you work out your way of dealing with life, dealing with your things your way. I know it's all quirky and weird. We all are. One of the things I struggle with is to open mail. I don't like getting letters. I really don't. There's really no rhyme or reason, but I don't like it. So I've learned that if I open them straight away, then I can deal with them. By straight away, I mean literally, I got a porch and that's where my letterbox is. And the postman goes plop and I go in there, I bend down, I pick it up, and if I've got a letter, I open it. And I open it in the porch, literally in there, and I'm reading it as I'm coming through the lounge. And it's easier and it's better that way. And I've learnt that that's the way that I cope. If I don't do that, and we know this, I've said it before, I will sling it on the side and then I worry about it, and I leave it and the worry gets bigger. So I don't open it because of the worry. I don't know what I'm worried about, but I'm worried about something. And I've made this letter into a big thing that's become so complicated that I won't open it. And eventually I'll throw it away. I've done that again and again. Not anymore, because I open mail as soon as it arrives. It's just knowing yourself, knowing what to do, knowing what works for you. And going back to all that I said, be honest with yourself, be honest with others, and just say, I need a window open, I can't cope, I need this, I need that. It's, okay, it's a need, and you can feel a bit rude by saying, I need this. But do you know what? You're unique. You're a human being. It's your body and you need this. If you need a chair raised, say, I'm too tall to sit in that chair. I'm too fat to sit in that chair. Whatever, I need the window open. I suffer from anxiety. I've got panic attacks. I can't do this. I have to walk slow. Sometimes, because they're very busy, a nurse says, calls your name, they say, follow me, and they go off down the corridor, and you can say, excuse me, can you slow down please, I cannot walk fast. My old mum wouldn't say anything, and she lost a couple of nurses on the way. They said, follow me please, and they was down the road, and she said, I don't know where the hell these people are gone. And I used to say to her, just say to them, slow down, please. She said, oh, they're busy. And I said, yeah. And because you haven't said, slow yourself down, they're twice as busy because now they've got to come back and look for you. They might have even forgotten what you look like, so they go back to the waiting room and call you. They might even walk past you. Who knows? Maybe they think you've taken a different turn and they go down that corridor looking. Their job is twice as hard. You just say, slow down, please. Anyway, just be honest with people. So all of this, it's not great news, but it's news. It is just what it is, so I deal with it just on that level. But I will, when I see the specialist, I've got to go and see that same guy. I will just confirm, not just confirm, I will just reiterate that I have panic disorder. I need really something to make me a little bit woozy when we're in the pre-op room, not when I get into theatre. That's what I need. So, and I will be pushing for that, same as I did last time when I had cancer. Very quick story, but when I had cancer, I said to them, I need something. And they said, well, we don't like to. I said, I don't care what you like to do. I need something. And I said to them in the end, because basically they refused, but I said to them, I'm not going to be able to come in there into that theatre because I've got panic disorder. And I said, what happens is my heart starts racing away 100 to the dozen. And that was the alarm. That was the alarm. And he said, oh, okay. He said, we'll go and get you something because that's the last thing they want. You know, blood pressure up there and your heart going and you're panicking. And they don't want that. So he came out with these 2 tablets and he said, these are just make you feel nice and calm, nice and relaxed. And I had my mate there, FF, and we were chatting away, took these 2 tablets. And he said, I'll see you in about 20 minutes. This was the anaesthetist. So he came out and he said, oh, because I was sat bolt upright chatting to my mate. And he said, oh, how are you feeling? And I said, they haven't touched me yet. You know, I'm just chatting. He said, okay, I'll give you another 20 minutes. He said, it's unusual because you've had 2, whatever these were, you've had 2. And I said, well, you know, anyway, off he went. He came back at 20 minutes, so that was 40 minutes. I was still sat bolt upright, just chatting. And he said, they're not going to work. He said, by now you should be laid down, very, very sleepy. Not asleep, but very, very sleepy and you know, very malleable. And I said, well, you know, they haven't touched me. Anyway, whatever else they gave me, I don't know. I think it might have been fentanyl or something because my memory, I don't remember. I remember going in through the main door to the theatre and I remember a woman smiling at me and I remember waking up about 10 hours later. So that's what I want. I just want to have an easy ride of things because I can't help having panic disorder. I can't help my level of anxiety. It is what it is. Some people are I'm always laid back, nice and calm, nice and relaxed. But the panic sets in sometimes and I am totally the opposite of who you see me as now. Totally the opposite. And they don't want that. I don't want that. So I have to be honest. That's my advice. Anyway, I just thought I'd fill you in there. It is what it is. I wish it was better news. I wish, it's waste time wishing, I wish that they'd say, yeah, as we thought, it's just a very quick in and out and you're good to go, you're back home, you know. That's what I wish. But wish all you like, Bri. I wish I had long flowing hair. So, thank you for listening. We'll be back another day, no doubt. I will show you in about a week. I'll show you through my box sets, my CD box sets. I've got a couple of bargains, and one of them you won't believe the price that I paid for it. And I'll see if I'll save an email. I normally delete my emails, but I'll see if I can save it, and I'll show you that. But anyway, until then, take good care of yourselves. Take care of each other. And try and be beautiful. Take care then. Be well.